For National Consumer Protection Week, we are drawing attention to scams surrounding tax returns. Now more than ever, government agencies are warning about crooks using stolen identity theft information to seek fraudulent tax returns. Joining us this morning is Special Agent Mark Wilson. He's with the IRS Criminal Investigations Houston Field Office. Important to note that the Houston office also investigates cases out of the Austin area. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
And thank you for joining us. First, how prevalent is tax fraud, Mark? Is the crime getting worse?
It is, as everything becomes more and more electronic. Now we're seeing very few paper tax returns, so people's identity is being stolen for electronic purposes quite a bit more now.
So last month, Ryan Shern from Kyle was sentenced to federal prison for wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, one of your cases, at least out of the Houston office. Was he a tax preparer, and how did he go about committing his crimes?
No, so actually he participated in a conspiracy where they stole taxpayers' SSNs basically, and used the information to get fraudulent tax refunds to the tune of almost $750,000.
Wow.
And he was from Kyle, Texas, sentenced to 65 months.
And Mark, as tax season gears up, what do we need to know? What do people need to know to prevent becoming a victim?
First and foremost, protect your SSN. Ask, anytime you're at a doctor's office or otherwise, and they need to use your SSN, ask why, ask if there's another way that you can go about without using it. And then if you do have to use it, make sure you write down who, where, and why you gave it out. And then as far as for, picking a good tax preparer to do your return, make sure that first and foremost, they have a PTIN number, a preparer tax identification number. All preparers should have that. And that they'll go through your return with you, that they're willing to sign the return, that they help prepare. Ultimately, you're responsible for what goes on that return. So it should be very transparent. They should be asking questions, and you should be working with that person. And I would say also make sure that the refunds are deposited into your account, the taxpayer account, not theirs. I think, yeah. And then make sure it's a place that's open year round.
That the tax preparer does taxes year round. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Not one of these pop-up places that are only there,
like
for tax season.
Gotcha. All right.
Right.
IRS Special Agent Mark Wilson, thank you for your time. Was there anything else I left out that you want people to know about tax season?
Well, I would say, us particularly IRS CI, we take protecting taxpayer information very seriously. Not only are we going after the fraudsters, we're trying to keep everyone from being victimized. Also, watch out for those phone calls, those scam phone calls. We will never threaten arrest or seizure. You will never be asked to pay your taxes in Bitcoin or electronic payment. So if you get a phone call or an email like that, hang up. It is not the IRS.
The IRS contacts us through mail, right? Is that the only form of communication?
Absolutely. Occasionally, a criminal investigation agent will contact a business or whatever for records, but we always follow up that with an email or in person. Okay. And we're going to show you our identification as any federal government employee or any state local employee would do. They would show you identification so you can see who you're talking to. But for all intents and purposes, civil side it's always by mail.
All right.